Good morning, Kane Center family and friends. Thank you for joining us for Brain Fitness. Today we're going to start, like we always start, with brain integration activities. So from a nice, comfortable, seated position, please join me. We're going to take our right hand out, flat like a pancake. Give me a thumbs up. So now everybody's giving me a thumbs up. Take your left hand out, flat like a pancake. Now we're just going to switch. So our right hand is flat, and our left hand is giving the thumb up. And we'll switch and just look at your hands. Don't look at my hands. Look at your hands and make sure that you got a thumbs up on the right, flat hand on the left. Switch, switch, switch. Let's go faster. Switch, 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 switch. Okay. Good job. We're going to do one more brain integration activity. So for this one, take your right hand out, flat like a pancake, and just make circles. You can make big circles, you can make little circles, however you like. You can go in towards the body or out. Just make those circles. Okay, so now put your left hand out flat, still making those circles with your right hand, and then with your left hand, just make lines in and out towards the body. But remember, the right hand should still be doing circles, and the left hand should be making lines. And it is not easy. Okay, let's switch. So with our left hand, we'll make circles in towards the body. And with our right hand, put that out there flat like a pancake, and then make those lines. Ooh, this is challenging. So you're making circles with your left hand and lines with your right. Okay, great job everybody. So let's see what we have for today. Finish the line. So I'm going to give the first half of a very common phrase, and then I'll give you a second or two to come up with the second half of the common phrase. So let's get started. Tie up loose. What? Tie up loose ends. Tie up loose ends. Let's do it again. Open the flood. Open the flood gates. Open the floodgates. Stand and be. Stand and be what? Stand and be counted. Less is, try to convince kids of this, less is more. Stop, look, and, you tell kids this too, stop, look, and listen. It's a blessing in, I heard this a lot growing up when things would happen that I didn't always want to happen. And my mom would say, it's a blessing in disguise. Read the fine, another good piece of advice, read the fine print. And if you can't see it, get yourself some glasses. Read the fine print. Moving on, this is called missing vowels. So on the screen is going to appear some letters. They're actually a word with the vowels taken out. And the hint, these are all insects, these are all bugs. So all of the words that appear on the screen, they're bugs or insects, and they're missing their vowels. So what you need to do is just figure out what word it is. So you're going to put the vowels back in. So W-S-P. W-S-P, and the vowels are missing. Remember, this is a bug. It's a bug that stings, so that probably gave it away. And we have wasp. See the vowels? A would go right there, and you would have the word wasp. Okay, so let's do it again. Remember, these are all bugs or insects. W-R-M. And so this is a bug. Well, actually, this, I guess it's a bug, but people use this for fishing. So that's a good hint. And remember, the vowels are missing. And so it's a worm, worm. So the O would go there, and you would have, of course, the word worm. Let's do it again. G-N-T. This is annoying, tiny little bug, and the vowel is missing, and it's gnat. G-N, and of course the A would go there, T, and you have gnat. So let's do it again. We're working on bugs. B-T-L. And of course the vowels are missing. They're usually little black bugs, and for some reason people find them in their swimming pool. So this is a beetle, and so for this one the two E's were missing here, and of course the last E was missing on the end. So S-P-D-R, and the vowels are missing. This little creature lots of people are scared of, and it makes webs. There was a famous one in a movie called Charlotte's Web. So of course this is spider. You can see the I would go here and the E would go there, and you would have spider. Okay, another bug. M-T-H. Remember, it's missing a vowel. These are usually small and they fly around. I don't think they really bother anything. Maybe they eat clothes that are packed away. So of course this is a moth. And so the O would go here, and you would have the word moth, or the bug moth. Okay, another bug, T-C-K. And actually this little critter can wreak havoc. They suck on your blood. You get these a lot of times from hiking or being in the woods or the forest. And so of course this is a tick, and so the I goes there, and you have that pesky bug, the tick. Okay, it's a longer word. This little insect you seem to hear more than see. Got it? Cricket. So see, the I and the E are missing, but if you put the vowels back in, you have the word cricket. F-R-F-L. And of course, the vowels are missing for this one. Firefly. Good job. I hope you enjoyed our little bug missing vowels. Now we're going to move on to math. And so sometimes people are a little anxious about math, and what happens when you become anxious, you just struggle to find answers, sometimes struggle with words. So before we start with math, or really before you start with anything that might make you feel a little anxious or overwhelmed, it's a good idea to take a couple of deep breaths. And if you have a glass of water, go ahead and take a drink using your non-dominant hand. And we talk about non-dominant hand being the hand that you don't normally use. So I'm right-handed, I write with my right hand, I drink with my right hand, I open doors with my right hand. So my non-dominant hand, of course, is my left hand. So I would be drinking with my left hand for this activity. So let's take 3 deep breaths together. Just kind of center ourselves so we can work on math. Let's do 2 more. Feels good already. Let's do 1 more. It feels better already. So let's work towards math. This is mental math, so you're going to be able to figure out these answers in your head. And for this one, we're going to solve the equation by looking for the missing number. So 10 plus what would give you 30? So what number would you put here to complete the equation? So 10 plus something, you'll have to tell me what that is, equals 30. So 10 plus 20 equals 30. Okay, so this is mental math. You solve the equation by finding the number that's missing here and just holler it out as loud as you can so I can hear you over at the Kane Center. 25 plus what equals 35? So 25 plus some number, you need to tell me what it is, will give me 35. And so that number is 10. 25 plus 10 gives me 35. Let's do it again. 60 minus some number equals 30. So now we are subtracting. So 60 minus what will give me 30? And so that's 30. 60 minus 30 equals 30. So 150 minus some number gives us 100. So 150 subtract what gives us 100? And so that number is 50. And let's do it again. Now we're moving on to multiplication. 7 times what number equals 21? So this is multiplication. 7 times what gives us 21? 7 times 3 gives us 21. Another multiplication. 6 times some number gives us 36. So 6 times what equals 36? 6 times 6. Another multiplication problem. 8 times what equals 40? So it's multiplication. 8 times some number gives us 40. And that number is 5. Okay, so we're done with math for a bit. We're going to talk about being hip, cool. So this activity is called It's Hip to Be Square. And you'll notice SQU, those 3 letter combinations reoccurring in that order, SQU, will be in all of our answers. And in fact, they're going to be the beginning 3 letters for all of our answers. So that's your clue. I'm going to read off some definitions, and all of the answers begin with those letters, SQU. Okay, let's do it. Okay, to look with the eyes narrowed or partially closed. So I'm going to demo for you. I'm looking at you with my eyes narrowed, partially closed, and it could be because I don't have my readers on and I'm trying to read something. So what am I doing? Remember, my answer starts with SQU, and so it is squint. See that? So all of the answers start with SQU, like in the word squint. SQU. Let's do it again. Okay, so to wriggle like a worm, so I'm just wiggling and wriggling, sometimes as a display of discomfort or embarrassment. You've probably seen your kids or your grandkids do this, maybe when you've caught them in a fib. You can see them kind of get antsy in their pants. So what is this? Remember, it starts with SQU. That's to squirm. They're squirming. Let's do it again. A shape having 4 sides of equal length. So this is a shape, 4 sides, equal length. Remember, it's hip to be square, and the answer is square. To sit in a crouching position or a body that is short and thick-set. So you might be crouching down. You know who does this? In baseball, the catcher does this. I think it's the catcher. Behind the mound, and they're sort of down in a squat position because this is squat. The answer is squat. SQU. It's hip to be square. This is a small group of soldiers or officers or athletes or cheerleaders. Also, side notes, this is beginning to be a very popular term with teenage girls. This is their group of friends, and they call it something that begins with SQU. they call it their squad. It's their squad. It's very popular now on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff. Probably not Instagram because I don't think a lot of kids use Instagram, but it's Twitter that they use. So at the Kane Center, we can be your squad. We can be your group of friends. We look forward to having you with us again soon. Hip to be square. This is a loud, harsh cry made by a duck or some other kind of fowl, particularly when they're frightened. So this is a sound. It's a word that's a sound that birds would make maybe when they're frightened. I'm not going to make that sound for you, but it's a squawk. Okay, I love this activity. I just think it's so much fun. This is all nursery rhymes, and no, we're not going to sing them together, but what we are going to do is use our long-term memory to try to remember characters from nursery rhymes. I love this one. So, this character sat on a wall and had a great fall. So this character sat on a wall and had a great fall. So somebody sat on a wall and had a great fall. Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall and had a great fall. And then you're probably saying at home, then all the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty together again. That's why I love this activity. Okay, this girl had a little lamb. And it wasn't me. This girl had a little lamb. What was her name? Was it Jane had a little lamb? Or was it Mary had a little lamb? She had that little lamb and followed her to school one day. So Mary had a little lamb. She went up the hill with Jack. So somebody went up the hill with Jack and somebody falls down and breaks their crown. Who was this girl that went up the hill with Jack? That was Jill. A spider sat down beside her, which I would not enjoy. But this girl, a spider comes down and sits down beside her and frightens her. Did you guess it? Little Miss Muffet sat on her tuffet, eating her curbs and whey. Along came a spider, sat down beside her, and frightened Miss Muffet away. I'm not sure what curbs and whey are. Maybe you can tell me when we see each other. This royal character was a merry old soul. And a merry old soul was he. This was Old King Cole. This character's cupboard was bare. Nothing in her cupboard. Old Mother Hubbard went to her cupboard and it was bare. So for this nursery rhyme, this character, his wife could eat no lean. Remember this nursery rhyme? Jack Sprat could eat no fat. His wife could eat no lean. I hope you love that exercise as much as I did. I'm sure you could tell by my smile that I really enjoyed that one. But now we're coming back to math, and this math challenge is a little bit different. It's called How Many Are There? Okay? So you're ready. You can do this. How many are there? How many seconds are there in a minute? How many seconds are in a minute? So 60 seconds in a minute. How many hours are there in a day? How many hours are in a day? 24. How many weeks in a month? Some months seems like it has many, many weeks. Being without you guys seems like the months are longer and longer and longer, and the days are longer as well. But how many weeks? How many weeks are in a month? 4. How many years in a decade? How many years are in a decade? 10. How many inches in a foot? I asked this of my daughter one time and she was trying to measure her own foot. So how many inches in a foot? 12. How many minutes are there in an hour? How many minutes in an hour? 60. 60 minutes in an hour. How many days are there in 1 year? How many days in 1 year? 365. What if it's a leap year? We'll just add that one extra day. Okay, so this activity is called Snap to It. So we're going to snap to it, and all of our answers, they're going to rhyme with the word snap. Okay, let's do it. Something you wear on your head. I gave you a hint here. I said hat, but remember, it has to rhyme with snap. So another word for hat that rhymes with snap, cap. Good. This is an opening or space. Sometimes it's between something, an opening or a space between something, sometimes between the two front teeth, and it rhymes with snap. So this is an opening or space, we'll say between two front teeth, and it rhymes with snap, and so of course that's gap. One full circle in walking or running. So you might go to a park and they have this field and has a track, and you'll see people walking or running, and when they make it all the way around one time, that's called a, remember, it rhymes with snap, starts with an L, that's called a lap. Good job. Okay, so this is a brief period of sleep. So it's a brief period of sleep, rhymes with snap, starts with an N, nap. Good job. This is a smack in the face, a nice smack in the face, which we're not doing to anyone. So smack in the face that rhymes with snap is slap. Not recommended. A thick liquid from a tree. So this is a sticky, thick liquid that you could get out of a tree. If you cut it or break it off, sometimes you'll see this seeping out. Rhymes with slap. Sap. S-A-P. Sap. So these are lips that are rough from exposure to cold. So sometimes if you go out to the beach and it's windy and chilly, or on the boat and there's a lot of wind pressure on you, or just even going somewhere where it's cold outside, your lips get dry and they become something that rhymes with snap, that starts with a C, and of course that's chap, chap lips. Okay, so this is sound made when you hit your hands together. It rhymes with snap, and I'm doing it now, and of course that's clap. Okay, so this is a lot of fun too. This is Name That State Trivia. So if I end up doing your home state, I expect you to be cheering in the background so loud that I will hear you right here at the Kane Center. So Name That State Trivia. I'll give you 3 clues and you need to tell me which state I'm describing. So for this state, the capital is Columbus. The nickname is the Buckeye State, and the flower is the Scarlet Carnation. So if this is your state, you should be cheering. So the capital is Columbus, the nickname is Buckeye, and the flower is the Scarlet Carnation. Where are all my folks from? Ohio. So this capital is Indianapolis. It's the Hoosier State, and the flower is a peony, which are beautiful. So Indianapolis, the Hoosier State, the flower is the peony. Where are my friends from Indiana? Okay, so this state, the capital is Springfield. The nickname is the Prairie State, and their flower is the violet. Where are you folks? Capital, Springfield, Prairie State, the flower is a violet. Illinois, and I know we have some people, and I think I hear the cheering in the background. So this capital is Sacramento. This is the Golden State, and their flower is the golden poppy. So the capital for this state is Sacramento. Their nickname is the Golden State. Their flower is the golden poppy. This is California, So this state's capital is Dover. The nickname is the first state, and their flower is the peach blossom. So for this state, the capital is Dover. The nickname is first state, and the flower is the peach blossom. Is this your state, Delaware? This state capital is Augusta. The nickname is the Pine Tree State, and the flower is the white pine cone. Is this your state? The capital is Augusta. The nickname is the Pine Tree State, and the flower is the white pine cone. Anyone from Maine? So, you're going to hear me cheer soon. This state's capital is Tallahassee. The nickname is the Sunshine State, and for good reason. And the flower is the orange blossom. So this is my state. This is my home state. Tallahassee's the capital. It's the Sunshine State. Beautiful sunshine here. And the flower is the orange blossom. So of course, this is our home, Florida. So yay! Floridians are the best. Okay, so this is just for fun. These are the rebus puzzles. So these are logical picture puzzles. So a picture will appear on the screen. You got to think logically to come up with the phrase that it represents. So this is the word cholesterol. And what we want to notice about this word, which is not usually a good word, but what we want to notice is this word is at the top of the screen. So this is the top of the screen. This is the bottom of the screen. Cholesterol is at the top. We could also say that this is the high point of the screen. This is the low point of the screen. High, low. And so we have high cholesterol. High cholesterol. Got that? See how that works? Let's do it again. Don't bet it. Don't bet it. So we have the word don't and bet. And if you notice their positioning, they're on top of the word it. They're on top of the word it. So a common phrase that this might represent is don't bet on it. Don't bet and then on it. So these words are on top of it. Okay, so this word you can see in the lighter color it says A-L-L, all. But also, if you put these together, A-L-L, all. So you have the word all twice. You also have the word all inside of the word all. So, all in all. I do hear some of the groaning. Some people just don't like the picture puzzles, but I think they're fun. And I don't even necessarily like when I find the answer. I like when somebody else in the room finds the answer and then I can see it through their eyes. I just think it's a cool, different way to look at things. So we did it. We just did a really great brain workout. So give yourself a round of applause and have a great day. Thank you.